On Wednesday, December 14th, the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation held its final community briefing in the Concourse Village section of the Bronx. The meeting was attended by neighborhood people, representatives of elected officials, community-based organizations, and the Bronx Borough Parks Department.
We're here tonight discussing the completion of all the projects associated with the Yankee redevelopment.
Bronx Borough Commissioner of Parks and Recreation Hector Aponte led the briefing and showed an extensive slide presentation which highlighted the state of new parks that the city promised when McCombs Dam Park was done away with in order to make room for the new Yankee Stadium.
We've spent more money in Bronx parks than we have since the 1930s.
The new recreational areas will cost at least $150 million, paid for entirely by New York City taxpayers.
So it's very encouraging to be part of the rebuilding of the Bronx, and in particular, the area around the Yankee Stadium.
After Mr. Aponte's presentation, the floor was open for public comment and discussion. During the session, Sam Goodman, representing the Bronx Borough President's Office, made reference to the City Beautiful movement, an idea that originated in the 1890s as a driving social force focused on beautifying urban centers in the United States.
Every park was supposed to be identical so that when you were in it, you didn't know whether or not you were in a poor community or a wealthy community. They were all supposed to be the same. And for the first 50 years of the 20th century, they really were.
I mean, their stadium was built. They have what they want. Right. They should at least maintain that part where the old stadium was. So how is the maintenance going to be done for these parks? Because the staff is already stretched. You know, the other parks in the district are being left behind.
We are in conversations with them and have for a while, presenting them, options for helping us out. Over the years that we've been in construction, they've given us some money to have some playground associates help with the programming in the park.
The trees are being planted in the North Bronx. They're not being planted in the South Bronx where we need them for health concerns.
We'll plant as close as 25 feet, but the reality is on any typical street, the obstructions that you encounter, usually it works out that you're not going to be able to plant every 25 feet. That's just a fact of the infrastructure of the city.
We probably have somewhere about $75 million worth of construction to complete. And so our hope is once we complete this, we've really changed the face of the Bronx. Thank you for coming, and thanks for all the support you've given us throughout the year.
Bronx Borough Parks Commissioner Hector Aponte this evening gave the final briefing to the community about the completion of the replacement parks that the city promised. Yankee Stadium had displaced much of the parkland in the South Bronx, and the city has made good with replacing that parkland. Bronx residents raised several concerns about safety, maintenance, and tree planting. And we're hoping that Bronx residents and other people that make the parks their destination will enjoy these parks for years to come. Reporting for BronxNet, I'm Ibrahim Gonzalez.